Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of AWS Tech Tales. I'm your host, Matt Burke.
And I am your co-host, Amara Reaño. Welcome back, everyone, and happy Monday.
Welcome back.
And
Happy Monday. Happy almost summer.
happy soccer all day for those of you that are soccer fans like myself. The World Cup is going on. How exciting is that?
Victor, thanks for joining
Hi,
us
Victor.
right away, right on time.
All right, Matt, we didn't have you here last week. We had a pretty interesting episode where we talked about AWS config and how you can pretty much manage your AWS config rules at a larger scale rather than enabling in one specific account, how you could do it at the org level. So we had Gene come in and talk to us a lot about the process and Oscar as well. So it was a pretty interesting conversation. Oh, I see Erie as well. Hi, Erie. Good timing. The game just ended. Oh, okay, perfect. I think we're just talking about the game right before we came in live. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, now we get way more people to talk about multi-agent agentic systems.
Yes. All right. So tell us what you were up to last week, Matt.
So I was in beautiful San Diego for FinOps X, which they've announced is now the final FinOps X. So FinOps X is the main conference for FinOps practitioners around the world. It's run by the FinOps Foundation. And we were there to celebrate the release and public preview of AWS FinOps Agent. So if you are very excited about that, if you're like, what the heck is a FinOps Agent? How can it help me? Go check out Keys to AWS Optimization later this week on Thursday. They'll give you all the details. But if you can't wait for that, it is free. You can kick the tires and ask it a bunch of questions, have it generate a bunch of PowerPoints and HTML reports for you, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, I just posted actually the link to the blog, and our producer team would push it out momentarily. But I was very excited about it. I was just telling Matt that I was playing around with it already on Friday. I think that this would definitely be something. Actually, I think it's something that a lot of customers have already been waiting for. So I think that this comes at a perfect time as everyone is kind of just wanting to be more proactive with their FinOps practices. So,
And it's also like I've been doing FinOps or self financial management for a really long time. You spend so much time making reports and
hmm
gathering data, and like we've all started internally using Kiro a lot to build some of those reports,
hmm
and
hmm
now I think FinOps Agent is going to help our customers do that a lot easier,
yeah.
a bit more securely.
Yeah, that's true. It does kind of remove what we like to call like that middleman piece sometimes, and then just kind of make it more available to you and the information that you're waiting for. The integrations work perfectly, and it is something that you can easily set up through the console. So I encourage you all to take a look at it.
And then we got Yohan saying hi from Chile. We've been waiting for something like this. So yeah, definitely check out our friends over at Keys on Thursday. They'll have the scoop and the skinny on all the things you can do with it. That is not why we're here today.
Why are we here today? What are we talking about today, Matt?
Well, so we've been here at AWS Tech Tales. We talk about the real life customer issues, what you can do to solve them, and we've been spending a lot of time this year exploring all the different things that you could do with Bedrock and Agentcore. And I'll be honest, Mara, like some of this has been for our own education on what the heck these
Yes,
tools are.
absolutely.
We've gone as basic as like what actually is an agentic workflow. Like what is that different from just the chatbot that we're all used to over the past couple of years? We've gone as deep as building some crazy stuff in Bedrock a few weeks ago.
hmm hmm
And I've been trying to find a good way in to kick the tires on some stuff that's in Agentcore today. And I think I found a pretty decent way to like look at it that's not just going to be a bunch of code executed in a Jupyter notebook. And so I'm excited
hmm
to share that with folks. Shout out to the folks that actually built this workshop. But yeah, like I think we're all trying to figure out how these different layers of differentiation are occurring in terms of like, first it was just get a chat bot, and then it was like, no, build an agent, and I'll get multiple agents, and like, what are those multiple agents doing, and why do I want to spend all those tokens? So
No, and not just that, but actually, if you're like me, and I know Matt's doing the same, like going through the review of content to take our Gen AI Pro, this is a huge practice for us to kind of work towards that. I feel like we're getting like some actual hands up deep learning, and it makes it go a lot more straightforward. I'm kind of one of those people that you have to be hands on keyboard, do labs and things like that, workshops to kind of grasp the concept faster. I think that the information flows better that way. So I feel like it kind of goes that way as well.
So let's just get into it. There's a lot of stuff to cover today. I
All
think,
right.
oh man, when we did step functions a few weeks ago, it took us so long to build one thing. Everyone was just watching me click, and now we've got a great audience here already. So I'm really excited.
Awesome.
Today we're gonna build some new agents for our travel planner app. So behind the hood, we're using AWS Amplify to run our web app. We've got a user pool that's built incognito, already built. Don't worry about it. That's just our authentication. We're using AWS App Sync, which comes up a lot in our Gen AI Pro studies, right, Samara? We've got a DynamoDB data model. We've got our Lambda, and then that's going to pull recommendations from Bedrock, and we're going to build agents on Agentcore using runtime, gateway, memory, identity, observability, all of the things, while also using some cloud models, Sonnet,
Awesome.
Haiku, and Amazon Nova. And the concept here is that we've built a fun little travel planner social network.
Right in time for the summer.
Right in time for the summer. So you can see some of the posts on Andrea Traveler is our example poster. She's posting all the cool places that she either wants to go to or where she's been. And what we're trying to add is some new tools within our travel planner website. So what's already in place today, which already goes to Bedrock, is you can get suggestions on where you would like to go. So Samara, what's a type of trip that you'd want to take?
What kind of trip? You know what? I need to catch up on my bucket list of books. So, book by the beach. So, let's talk about a place like going to a beach.
So we're just going to say run, read a book by a beach and relax. And then it's going to think about a destination that you should go to for reading a book by a beach.
I'm excited.
So,
oh, look at that.
It's saying you can go to either Japan, you can go to Peru, or New Zealand.
New Zealand. Okay.
So you can see that New Zealand, it's specifically talking about you can go to a fjord or a beach. So this is the part that works. So what doesn't work, if I went to say, hey, I would want to go to New Zealand, create my itinerary, it's going to error out.
Okay, got you. So you're at the point where like you're hooked, you're like, okay, perfect, I want to go to New Zealand, but then it's kind of like stuck there. You have nowhere to go.
And that's because we're still building out our app. So in general, what we're doing when we sent that call to say like, where should Samara go? We have this system prompt that says, you're a travel agency agent, you're specializing in choosing trips for customers. Your task is to choose 3 destination countries.
Okay.
And so we're saying how to output. We're giving it like an example. And then that's how we got that response.
That's pretty much the configuration for that specific function.
Yeah. And we used Sonnet 4.5 for that.
Got it. Okay.
But now, it says, I don't think of New Zealand as a beach location, maybe Middle Earth. That's actually like what it was starting to do, is it had Middle Earth as an itinerary. So let's see if we can start to build that out.
Okay.
But now we have to create our multi-agent system. So I'll give us an example of what that would look like. Like we need to create an itinerary creator and some sort of like security checker.
Okay.
And then that's going to go through our Agentcore gateway to essentially search the catalog, read the itinerary, and like give some country advices from our security checker.
Gotcha.
So that's where we're trying to head today, and we'll
All right.
see how far we can go. And the first thing we're going to do is configure our Agentcore gateway.
All right. Walk us through. So we're in the console, navigating to Agentcore.
And go to gateways, and we're going to create a new. We're going to go to identity actually first.
Okay. And then if you have any questions during the duration of the demo and the walkthrough, feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll surface them through during the stream and then answer those questions as they come as well.
Let me just get my API key. So now this is my outbound auth. And so this is ready to use for the gateway. So I'm going to create a gateway now.
All right.
So you can use this to create a gateway to manage MCP and HTTP targets. So this is how we can get to our agent runtime. And we're just going to call this our travel gateway.
Okay.
And we're going to enable semantic search so it can search the tools that are available to it based off of natural language. And we're going to just create a new default role.
Okay.
And then we're going to use IAM permissions.
You need an MCP endpoint.
So now we need an MCP target, and we're going to call it itinerary tools. So again, this is like where we're going to, actually, let me just uppercase this. Where our tools that our agent has access to are going to come from. So they can, retrieve it by country, travel type, and season.
I have an interesting question here while you're going through this, Matt. From Luis, what mechanisms with Agentcore identity and gateway provide robust authentication and authorization? So I'm assuming how does it handle the authentication and authorization? I think it's pretty much within the role that you provide the agent, correct?
It's the role, and then I have the API key as well for integration with the existing application.
Okay.
So we are doing a REST API. It's an OpenAI schema, and I'm going to paste my schema into here. So this is basically saying, like, here's my management API that I've got, and I have to go and I have to replace this.
The placeholder.
This placeholder. So let me do that. And my outbound auth, we're going to pick our API key. So again, this is what's identifying and authenticating my application.
And it goes back to that question that Luis surfaced a few minutes ago.
And then we're going to enter a parameter name. It's going to be X API key. And then finally, VPC security is none. So again, you can also make it so there's different VPC elements, but this is just a publicly available endpoint.
Okay.
Because I have a web app. So this is all my gateway details, my travel gateway. And we should just be able to create it now. So that's step one.
Okay.
So we're going to create this gateway. And then we have to actually create our agents. So what we're going to do is take our gateway resource URL. we're going to go check out our configurations.
Okay.
So we're going to go to Lab 2, code, environmental. So this is where, here's our gateway URL.
Okay.
And then should be able to close saved. So now we've got that URL in there. And I'm going to go to the terminal. So now we're going to start building our agents. This is not as exciting as like walking through the console. But we're going to open a new terminal. I'm going to make sure I've got the CLI in place to install Agentcore.
Okay.
Now, Zamara, as you've been studying for the Gen AI Pro, like what's been a topic that stood out to you as like interesting or maybe difficult to like as a new person to the domain?
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest things was kind of like making the selection, like the right selection of models to use. Whether you want something to be like that could be processed like on a batch, or whether you need it to be uh, going through real time. I think that there is like different things that you need to take in consideration. And then just like with all of our AWS certifications, I feel like you always come about with like two options that are very similar, but then there is always that key differentiator, and you have to kind of be very, very focused on the ask. But I think that overall it's just that like choosing the right model for the scenarios that it provides for you. I think that it's like um, one of the things that they did touch upon in the machine learning associate cert that I took earlier this year, but it was very high level in comparison to now when you're looking at the Gen AI Pro and it goes in much deeper detail.
That makes sense. Like I feel like I was like it's demystifying a bunch of things for me.
Mm-hmm.
And when we studied a lot for machine learning associate, and I feel like that wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really as interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing while you're talking is I'm actually using the Agentcore CLI
Okay.
to deploy my agent.
Okay.
So I have my own code, obviously that I'm deploying. We have our custom auth, our custom JWT token, and we're gonna hit confirm.
And just to remind everybody, these are the steps that are taking the agent that is being created to pretty much go take the app to the next level with providing an itinerary to the users whenever they already have outputs for destinations that they should be looking at, reflecting on what they want to do.
Okay. So
I think it's successful now.
so yeah, now it's been deployed. So now I need to open up the user pools. So let's do that.
Okay.
Now we're just setting up our just user integration. So I've got my one user pool here, and I need to copy my pool ID. And oh, it created, but did it not take the JWT? Hold on. CD travel, Agentcore. Hold on. Let's see. I might have messed up the. It didn't get the. Oh, I messed up the inbound auth. Hold on.
Okay.
While I was talking. Okay, hold on.
No
So
worries.
let's see. How do we want to do this? Okay, so let's go back. Let's do this one more time. We're doing travel. We're going to bring our own code. This is correct. Direct code deploy. We're using Bedrock. We're doing escape back. Doing that. Now we're doing custom JWT. Okay, great. This is where we got stuck. So now I'm going to take this, take my pool, the discovery URL. So do the placeholder. Okay.
We have a quick question from Luis. He says, what are the trade-offs between short-term and long-term memory in Agentcore when supporting context-aware multi-agent systems? I think that would be a very specific question to how the builder will want to use the agents or how they want their users to interact with their agent. Do you want it to be able to do that or not? I think that that's a very requirement specific question because you could go both ways. I'm not sure if you have another take, Matt.
No, I agree with you. Like I think as we go deeper into building, we might touch a bit more on memory. On the Agentcore memory, we're going to get to that just after I finish deploying this. This is the discovery of the terminal of the code server. Oh, okay. So hold on. I just need to give us the URL. So let me get some text edits up going. You guys are not going to see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to get the right URL in here.
Okay.
By putting this pool ID. Basically, we're setting up our inbound JWT. So then it should work like this. So there's our discovery URL. And then now we're going to do allowed clients. And then we're going to do allowed clients from here. So we're looking for user pool and app clients. So here it is. And I'm going to copy this client ID and enter. Oh, hold on.
There you go.
Allowed client. Oh, wait. This is allowed clients. Hold on. So I need the user pool. OAuth client ID. Oh, this is the client ID. Hold on. So just making sure I got the right thing in here. Oh, we just need to skip. Okay, we're good. So this, then skip, and then we can confirm. Okay.
Okay.
So now we've got that travel agent created, and we have inbound. So let's deploy.
Oh.
Done. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I just saw something red, so I was like, what happened?
Oh, it had a dependency. Okay, so we'll wait. So now we're going to do some logic. And now we can configure memory.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about memory strategies.
All right.
So we're talking.
And I think that it ties right back into that question by Luis. So
yeah, is that you've got that short-term memory, which is about the chat messages and the session state, and then you have that longer-term memory that's more like your preferences, the summaries of things that you've done, the semantic search. So it's an asynchronous extraction module. So let's set this up.
Okay.
So
for this specific use case, how do we want to configure it?
So we're going to just go and run our command. So we're going to the travel folder, and we're just going to add memory. And then we already have memory.
Okay. Oh, that was very quick.
That's it.
That was pretty straightforward.
So now we have our local agent. It's got memory configured. We're gonna install our dependencies locally, which is why it didn't work before when we tried to deploy. So we just added UV, which has been a headache on my local computer. Like, folks, if you haven't cleaned out your UV cache, pretty crazy.
Now I know who to call in case I run into issues.
Wait, that didn't. Yep. So now we're just going to deploy. So now instead of it being, hey, UV's not installed, we're checking dependencies. We're building it via CDK. We're synthesizing the cloud formation. So as this is working, I'm going to pull up our test agent. So let's go to lab 2, test agent. So I'm just going to put my username and password in here. Don't do this live on TV, folks, for anything that's anything that is sensitive. But
yes, for the
you guys
purpose
don't
of
have
this,
the link. You guys don't have the link to my fancy app yet. So we're just going to create our. I'm going to put the password in here. So basically, we'll be able to test once this is done. And so you can see some of the config here is that we're going to, run the script, read the agent ARN, and then actually get the Cognito token and just make sure that it can do an output.
Okay.
So close saved. Make sure that, yep, still there. But now we're deploying to AWS. So let's kind of see what it looks like on I was like looking at
the console and see if it's already there in the cloud formation, how it's going through the motions.
So here's what's going on. So this is, again, makes this a lot easier for folks to just deploy. Like if you use the Agentcore CLI, it walks you through step by step. You either bring your own code. You just have to, I think through. And again, AI keeps solving problems. But like if you ask Hero to think through some of this stuff for you, then it's actually pretty decent build, like quick build. So right now we're executing the memory in Agentcore. And this may take a little bit.
But it doesn't just help with that. Like like if you run into any issues and things like that, it kind of streamlines and moves quicker as well, which is something that we have also kind of leverage and be thankful for while we have done previous episodes here as well.
Well, I've had issues, and even with these workshops where things are not deploying properly, and then I've asked Q or Kiro to help.
Yep.
So this is still deploying. And then we should, as it's deploying, start to see our agents actually be in runtime. So it's not here yet, which means it's
Not
not fully
yet.
deployed.
Okay.
I'm surprised there's so many people on, but not as many questions.
That's true.
Let's see how it's going. Oh,
it is.
okay.
It's 4 out
Our
of 7
memory,
steps,
our
so
memory is created, so I should be able to
Yeah.
see memory
maybe if
in
you like
Bedrock Agentcore.
yeah, if you like refresh it.
Here
Yep,
it is.
there it is.
Here's my memory.
Mhm.
So it's getting there. So let's see what you can see what the integration code looks like. You could stream it to Kinesis, do some tracing, which is very important if we're trying to figure out why an agent did something that it did. I think we're almost there. Now we're doing that runtime because we had to do the memory first, so it's dependent. I feel like we got to put on the waiting music now.
The elevator music.
Yeah, which one we got? There you
In
go.
the meantime, if there is any questions, burning questions that you have while we have been going through this demo, let us know.
Oh, we're done. Okay.
Okay.
See, as soon as you start to tell it that you're not.
It just kind of hurries things along. We should bring the music more often.
So now we've got our runtime created. Travel.
Mm-hmm.
And now we just need to verify this deployment. So let's run our test really quick in the
Sounds
terminal.
good.
So I just gave it my creds, and it's gonna retrieve my client ID. It's requesting a token. We're invoking the agent. We're doing some testing.
Wait,
and
can
we're
you
getting
scroll?
an output.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sarah thought you needed to scroll down more. Okay, never mind.
So it says done. Here's my output. So everything looks good. We did this correctly, which is more than I can say for sometimes when we do these things live.
Great work. Do we get to go test it out in the app now?
Yeah. So now we're gonna integrate it with our app, but first we're gonna double check. So we've got travel ready.
Okay.
And then we're gonna configure permissions. So we're gonna get into travel. We're gonna look at version 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go to the permissions section, which is right here.
Okay.
We're going to get on this role. And we're going to edit this policy. So let's open this up. Let's edit it. Let's find our gateway. So we're on JSON.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of our policy, we want to add in our new statement. So give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Make sure that I got the right. I want to put this in the right place. If folks in the chat want to tell me where to put it, I will take their advice. But I want to make sure I get this right on the first time.
Okay.
So then we can get rid of this guy.
So
no, that didn't validate. No, that should be good. Or does it need to get rid of? Yeah, see, now I needed that. Hold on. Let's try one more time. Oh, I just need a comma.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Next.
Oh,
No, it says that there's
previous.
Huh. Where'd it go? Okay, hold on. Let's fix it.
Yeah, edit it. It should be from 183 from the, yeah, to the comma.
And where's my error then? Why is it saying this is an error? Oh, okay, good. Great. So we have these permissions now. So we're going to run the test script one more time. But now we still have to integrate this with our app. So what we need to do is go to our app. And we're going to go to our config file.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to put the Agentcore memory and runtime IDs in here. So
Okay.
let's go back to Agentcore. So we're going to go to runtime.
Okay.
Here's our ARN.
ARN.
Actually, wait, this is the ARN. I want the runtime ID, so hold on. We are going here, and here's the runtime ID.
Yep.
We're just so used to ARN land. And let's go to memory. Let's check out our memory ID. Oh, I already had it. Right here.
Okay.
So now we've got memory ID. We've got
your
our runtime
ID.
ID. And then we just need to update our stack. So we're going to I'm going to clear this. I'm going to rebuild the sandbox. And then once this is done, we can redeploy. So our app was already kind of ready for this, but it didn't have the hooks in to invoke the runtime and invoke the memory. So once this is done deploying, we can rebuild it. Then we should have just enough time to test our prompts and then do some observability.
Yay. Oh, I just noticed the time. It's about to be 40 minutes in.
I think we're at perfect
timing.
We're
at good time, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, if folks have any questions.
I think they're just enjoying the stream for now.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
They're learning something between games is what I think.
Yeah, there's a quick break, especially those on the West Coast.
Yeah, Erie says time flies. Yeah, especially when you're having fun. There you go.
So, man, now we're deploying. Now we're waiting.
Should you put the elevator music?
Yeah, just to speed it up, right?
Yeah. Give it some stress to hurry.
Oh, it's written.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Okay, great. So that's all we need. I can kill this. I always have a problem with the Mac killing the. There you go. So that part's done. And then now all we should need to do is build it and start it.
Okay, sounds good.
So now we're creating our production build. So if we get this right, we should be able to just refresh this page.
And then we should have it already integrated.
We should have it integrated. And if there's any errors, then I've messed up that IAM thing. But I don't think I did. All right. Oh, we have the address that's already in use. So how do I stop the existing app? Okay, let me kill. See, this is the problem. Kill this guy. He's dead. Now let's try that again.
Okay. You have someone saying, "Great music. Give me the name."
This is part of our this is default music from the program we're using. The name of it is just called "Feeding the Ducks," which I think is very funny.
Nice.
So okay, starting. Great. We're ready. So now we should be able to refresh and try again.
Okay, let's go.
All right. You still want to go to the beach, or you have any other ideas?
Hey, let's say I want to go play soccer. I want to go play soccer. Let's see what it tells us.
Wow, you didn't even say football. You said soccer. You're already code switching live.
No. I want to go play football.
Peru. That's interesting. Should we pick Peru?
I guess, yeah. Let's go for Peru.
Doesn't really give us a lot of choices.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
okay. Well, it's working.
It didn't error out. It didn't error out. So let's see.
Yeah. All right. Researching your destination.
Oh, there you go. Getting current time. Get our preferences, and now it's running itinerary creator and security checker.
Perfect.
So those are our agents that we have. So if we take a look at our Bedrock runtime, this is travel. This is our endpoint. It can see that we've invoked it. We can see some observability here. And what account are we in right now? We're in 8709. Perfect.
Joanne says Caribbean beach. Yeah,
that sounds nice.
That was the first choice that we were looking at, but yeah, I don't think Peru would be the destination for that, especially at this time of year. There are some beaches over there, but not right now. More towards the end of the year.
So you can also see this is what you can put directly into your code to invoke our agent. Let's see how it's doing.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
that was super quick.
That was quick.
All right,
thanks.
Let's see.
So if you wanted to go to Peru, soccer, traditions, and Machu Picchu adventure.
Love that. Okay.
So it's saying that you should go between May and September. Perfect timing. You go to Lima.
They want me to stay in. It's telling me Miraflores and Barranco, which is true. I've been to both of those places, so this is good.
Soccer experience. You can participate in a casual soccer match with your local youth.
No, look, it wants me to go to Cusco, which is very interesting. High altitude, I guess. I better be ready.
Have to bring an oxygen tank with you. Oh, so there's a full 10-day
I love that
trip.
Nice,
that's pretty cool.
Nice. So everything worked as intended. So all the configuration worked. So
and then it also did this too, which is what is the security?
Oh, the security. Okay.
So it's saying reconsider travel.
Okay.
But it's saying, here's what you need for your passports.
Passport stuff.
Okay. The emergency numbers. This is kind of
very
cool,
thorough.
actually.
It's very thorough. Yeah.
Does anyone from the chat have any suggestions on what to?
Yeah, what would you like to put into the tool? Yeah. Joanne said Caribbean beach. So let's go with that one.
I can't spell Caribbean. Hold on. Neither could our viewer. Let's just see. I bet you it's gonna give us the same exact thing. So it's got a very tight context window in terms
Okay.
of what it's. So yeah, see,
Yes, it does. It
New
gives us the same
Zealand.
ones. Okay.
But let's see what it would do
For New Zealand, yes.
New Zealand. And see, it says Middle Earth.
I mean, it
We still
was
got the
it was a
music
lot
on.
of it was a lot of information actually for such a quick amount of time.
I mean, it is pulling a bunch of tools.
Right.
So here's our itinerary tools. I'm trying to see where we can. There's a bunch of stuff that's in our code that we're deploying, but I don't know where our. These are just the components of our app. But like where are our code is that's actually being run. But it's part of our, if you look at our architecture, where is it? So we've got this Lambda.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go take a look at the Lambda really quick.
Yeah, let's see how that be.
But so this is what our observability would get. So you can see this session. This is the session that we had earlier. It's got traces for all the agents in the sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So I already used 18,000 tokens.
Wow.
What is that? That's crazy. And the other ones were had 2 spans. That was just the tests. You could see how it's invoking Claude, Haiku, 4.5. It's executing the tool. So you got a good sense of like what your agent is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's saying New Zealand, travel type, adventure, winter. So it's thinking through things.
Right.
As opposed to this is just an adventure, summer, winter. Create a detailed travel itinerary for New Zealand. So this is what's happening right now.
User interest, nature focus, destination, including. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get back. Okay, so it's ready. Oh, doesn't currently have a pre-made New Zealand itinerary available. However, I can create a comprehensive. Okay.
So it went off script a little bit.
Right. Arrival. So
Glowworm
pretty much
caves. That sounds cool.
glowworm cave, beach relaxation.
It's pretty cool.
What about security?
So it's saying it doesn't have access to provide New Zealand, but it did before the other stuff, which is interesting.
Right.
So I wonder where we went wrong, if anything. But
I mean,
it's searching the itineraries here for New Zealand.
Right.
And it's saying there isn't an itinerary for it. So you can go really get pretty deep in terms of what each thing this agent does. Look, because it's saying we're invoking it. This took 34 seconds, and here's what it was doing. It was getting this tool. It was creating that loop. It was checking the itinerary creator.
I wondered if we were to run it for the other option, whether that would bring something back.
Sure.
I think that the first one was Japan. Yeah.
To go. What happens if they'll go, you should go to Japan, Peru, and New Zealand. Oh, Portugal came up now.
Oh, okay. There's
ways to vary it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I prompted a bit. Oh, we got a lot of comments that I missed. New Zealand may have some amazing beaches. I don't know. We'll be at full fan speed. And you want saying, how can I orchestrate multiple agents, about 10, let's say, to get final answer using different agents, specialized domains? say purchasing, accounting, inventory, treasure, any recommendation. So you can see like we've got the runtime. We've got a couple agents. Let me pull up a different view. So right now we're only using 2, but each of these agents is like our itinerary creator and the security checker, which is coming through our gateway. And it's also searching our catalog. It's reading different itineraries.
And then
it's
it gives
uploading
you the country advices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could add more here. You can create more agents that you wanted. But like, I guess the question is like, for you want to have like each agent doing a specific role or persona, and you want it to be able to like orchestrate between these things. So we're having some, if you look in our observability, like you can see all the things that this specific agent is doing. Even now, like we're doing this for Japan.
Where is it at in the? Yeah, it's ready. Okay.
So it's done in like 33 seconds. And this does have it's saying I have detailed itineraries to work with. So some of it says yes, and then for the security, it's like, no, I don't have any security information.
Got you.
But check these.
Okay.
So it's working pretty well. We have some extra time.
We have like 8 minutes remaining.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see where let's dig deeper. So we've got our spans here. But let's take a look at, we have our service details. So again, we could like create a canary for our agent. We can create a service level objective. So like, what's our metric in terms of like what is good look like?
Right. And all of this integrates into how you actually prepare during the testing stage, right? Similar to what Matt and I are doing today, just walking through how we want it to work. It's the same things that you will do when you're building an app or a website on your end. So when we goes back to the orchestration question from you, Joanne, it's just a matter of how you want it to integrate, how do you want it to work together with the other agents as well.
So if we wanted to look at like logs, you can get directly into your endpoint logs here. So I can see my current logs.
So with that, actually, John has another question around evaluation. Says, how can we add an evaluator to our agent? I'm assuming to streamline its performance.
So there is some observability in here. I'd have to dig a bit deeper in terms of giving you real like suggestions. But in terms of what's available to you, like if we look at our Gen AI observability and like something like CloudWatch, we can take a look at the runtime metrics, what it's doing, any built-in tools, see what's going on in our gateways.
Actually, I was doing a quick search of the documentation of observability for Agentcore. So I'm going to push this out to our
great
team, and then if they can share that, that will guide you more, Joanne, towards the way that you're wanting to look at observability for Agentcore.
Oh, thanks, Victor. But yeah, there's so much to dig in here, guys. Like all the different pieces, and even just like what you're using to build it out, whether it's Strands SDK or another open model. But yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting is you can, play around with your runtimes. So if I wanted to, just for example, like check travel and put my message in here is like, I am planning a trip. I am planning a trip to Canada. Can you help with an itinerary? Let's see what happens. Oh,
Unable
forget
to
failed to
invoke
get it.
endpoint
Crester,
successfully.
you can username should be an email. Let me view an example. Oh, I need my session ID, of course.
All right, we're down to the last 4 minutes of today's episode. So I guess like we have a few more minutes to cover some questions if you all have any of all the content that we have gone through today. I think like I like the fact that everything goes very smoothly and fast when it comes to when we went through creating the agent. There was not a lot of issues that surfaced today, which isn't usually how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, guys. Like, if you wanted to look at like the key files here, we can look at our in our code. So let's take a look very quickly as we're wrapping up. So again, there's a lot of stuff that you would have to already
This is a pretty good question. It says, John asks, any great tips to optimize token consumes? Or yeah, along the lines of token consumption.
So a lot of people have been talking about like caveman, like you try to like use the prompts to have the inputs and outputs be like the least amount of words possible.
Got you. Okay, because that will minimize the amount that you use.
And I just also heard like there's like some sort of new Netflix way of implementing things that can really reduce your token counts. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but I'm sure if we search Netflix and tokens, Netflix token optimization, it would come up. Let me see. I probably knew it on my yeah, Headroom is the tool that Netflix open sourced. So that's another thing we could do.
Okay.
I'm going to refresh this because I can't see. I'm going to see my files in my code. Let me open the terminal then. Hold on. I don't know why I don't see my code in my lab. But basically, like there's some code in here that we could talk through.
Would it be under the Agentcore?
No, it would be under. I mean, this is like my agents MD file, but like it should be in my code, this folder right here.
All right, so we're down to the last 2 minutes, Matt.
Oh wow, yeah, we're already there.
Any parting words, any last parting thoughts before we end the stream today?
I would say, folks, that like as you start to think about like how to integrate these things, what they should do, like or play. I would say like it's easier than you think to get started in terms of building something that's an agent, but like to work backwards from this idea that like what's a repeatable task that is non-deterministic, like because you might be doing the same thing in our little example here. You might be building out an itinerary, but like the context that goes into that itinerary always changes. So like being able to get fresh data, being able to check if there's any travel advisories, all this stuff that you would have to maybe go to a bunch of different websites to do. That's actually pretty great to be able to handle that with an agent. But then like if someone wants to actually like, take it forward or book this, then they can either do it themselves or get a human person, or you keep building more agents that then can book this stuff for you, I guess.
Yeah,
so it's agents all the way down.
And then also it goes back to that question that we had earlier, whether you want it to be like short-term or long-term with its memory of how you use it and interact it just down to your own requirement and how you want to use it going forward. But thank you so much, Matt, for walking us through that today. It was a lot of fun. I definitely learned a lot. Can definitely count this off as a 1-hour study session for my Gen AI Pro.
And so, folks, we will be back next week, same time, same place. We will be talking about some cool new dashboards that'll help you understand how your costs have changed on AWS over time and maybe get you a bit more resilient and secure looking at AWS Health. So we got some new stuff from folks there next week. So we hope to see you then. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, see you all. Take care.